Former President Donald Trump today vowed to impose a 200% tariff on John Deere's.
John Deere right now. If you do that, we're putting a 200% tariff.
Imagine standing in Waterloo, Iowa, where the air smells of fresh-cut hay and the growl of a John Deere tractor is the soundtrack of life. For 188 years, John Deere's green machines have plowed America's fields, built its towns, and fed its families. It's not just a company, it's a promise etched into the soul of rural America. But in May 2025, that promise cracked. Whispers turned to shouts. John Deere was shutting down U.S. production, slashing jobs, and shipping out to Mexico. Workers stood stunned. Farmers felt betrayed. And then, boom! President Trump roared in, threatening a 200% tariff that could shake the heartland to its core. Is this the death of an American legend, or a cold-blooded move to survive? Strap in for a wild ride through the heart of this battle, where big business, political firepower, and the future of rural America collide in ways you won't believe. Let's start with the shockwave. Reports claimed John Deere axed 5 U.S. plants and sent 14,000 jobs south. The truth? Not quite. They're not abandoning the U.S. entirely. Tractors and harvesters, the big dogs, still roll off American lines, with over 75% of U.S. sales staying stateside. But they are shifting gears. Skid steer loaders are moving from Dubuque, Iowa, to a shiny new $55 million plant in Nuevo León, Mexico, set to fire up in 2026. Why? Latin America's construction market is exploding, up 76% since 2022. And Mexico's got cheap labor, 70% less than the U.S., and a front-row seat to that boom. Still, the layoffs sting. Since 2024, Iowa's lost 1,700 John Deere jobs, with 267 more cut in January 2025. Small towns like Ottumwa and Waterloo aren't just losing paychecks, they're losing their lifeline. Now, picture Tom. He's 45. A 20-year John Deere vet in Dubuque. Last month, he clocked out for the last time, handed his badge over, and walked into a future he didn't sign up for. They were family, he says, voice cracking. Now what? His story's not unique. Thousands feel that gut punch. Local diners are quieter, schools are scrambling, and farmers who've bled green are wondering, can I still trust this brand? John Deere swears it's no big deal. Just 5% of North American production shifting. Wall Street's buying it. Stock spiked from $476 to $492.60 by May 9th, 2025. But tell that to Tom, or the farmer staring at a $500,000 tractor that might cost more if Trump gets his way. Speaking of Trump, he didn't hold back. In 2024, he called John Deere's move a disgrace, vowing a 200% tariff on anything they build in Mexico and sell here. Mary Miller in his corner, telling Deere to stay put or face the fallout. That tariff could jack up prices. Think $50,000 extra on a combine, hitting farmers already squeezed by tight margins. Has he pulled the trigger? Not yet. Evidence is thin, and economists like Iowa's Dr. Peter Orazem warn it could backfire, spiking inflation and screwing over the very people Trump claims to champion. Still, the threat's a live wire, splitting rural America. Some cheer the fight, others dread the cost. This isn't just about machines, it's about identity. John Deere's move is a chess play in a global game, but for workers and farmers, it's a betrayal that cuts deep. Before we dive back in, please hit the like button. Your support fuels every story we share. We're aiming for 5,000 subscribers on Global Insight, and your subscription would mean the world to us. Thank you for helping us grow. Now let's continue. Let's talk money, because that's what this fight's really about. John Deere's not just moving skid steer loaders to Mexico for the scenery. They're chasing cold, hard savings. Labor in Mexico? It's 70% cheaper than in the U.S., and with supply chains choking on delays, think clogged ports and raw materials stuck in limbo, every day costs Deere cash. Their new $55 million plant in Nuevo León is a lifeline to Latin America's construction boom, up 76% since 2022. Brazil, Argentina, Colombia, they're hungry for equipment, and Mexico's the perfect launchpad. But here's the kicker. This move touches less than 5% of their North American production. Tractors, harvesters, the big-ticket items, still made in Iowa and Illinois. So why the uproar? Because numbers don't heal heartbreak. For workers like Tom, laid off after 20 years, it's not about percentages. It's about survival. Trump says he's fighting for American jobs. But economists like Iowa's Dr. Peter Orazem warn tariffs could backfire, jacking up prices and sparking a trade war. Mexico might retaliate, hitting U.S. soy or corn exports. Your livelihood. It's a gamble, and you're the one holding the dice. Meanwhile, John Deere's stock climbed to $492.60 by May 9, 2025, as investors bet on their global play. Wall Street's not sweating Trump's threats. Why should you? But let's zoom out. This isn't just about Deere or Trump. It's about a world where robots don't punch time cards. John Deere's pouring billions into autonomous tractors that plow fields without a driver, and AI that maps crops down to the centimeter. Oxford Economics says 20 million manufacturing jobs could vanish by 2030, swallowed by automation. Deere's not dodging American workers. They're prepping for a future where fewer humans are needed. That's the brutal truth. Even if every factory came back to Iowa, the jobs wouldn't. Machines don't strike, don't sleep, and don't care about borders. It's progress, but it's painful. So, who wins here? Shareholders cheer Deere's stock gains, up 3% in a week. Competitors like Kubota and Mahindra, who build more overseas, could get hammered by tariffs, giving Deere an edge. But for workers, it's grim. Since 2024, Iowa's lost 1,700 Deere jobs, with 267 more in January 2025. Towns like Waterloo are bleeding. Local taxes shrink, schools scramble, and diners sit empty. John Deere talks up retraining programs. But for a 50-year-old welder, that's a tough sell. The economic ripple's real, and no spreadsheet can fix it. Could policy help? Instead of tariffs, tax breaks, or trade incentives might keep jobs here. The USMCA trade deal could shield Mexico-made products if they meet origin rules, making Trump's threat a bluff. But tariffs are a hammer, not a scalpel. They'd smash farmers, not just Deere. It's a mess, and everyone's got skin in the game. So, where does this leave us? John Deere's not backing down. They're doubling down. Their $55 million Mexico plant is just the start. They've sunk $2.5 billion into U.S. factories since 2019, betting on a future where tractors drive themselves and drones scout fields. This isn't a retreat. It's a pivot. But for workers like Tom, it's a gut punch. And for farmers, it's a crossroads. Stick with a brand tied to American soil or brace for higher costs. Trump's tariff threat hangs like a storm cloud, but the real tempest is tech. Automation's coming, and no rally cry can stop it. The question is, can America adapt without leaving its heartland behind? Let's talk solutions. Retraining programs could shift laid-off workers to tech roles. Think coding for smart tractors or drone maintenance. Community colleges could partner with Deere to build a skilled workforce, turning pain into progress. Tax breaks, not tariffs, might keep more jobs here, rewarding companies that invest in American labor. And consumers? Farmers could push for U.S.-made gear, but only if prices stay fair. It's a tightrope, but it's walkable. Trump's tariffs, if they hit, could be a wrecking ball. A 200% levy on Mexico-made Deere products would spike prices, squeeze farmers, and risk a trade war. Mexico might slap back, hitting U.S. exports like corn or pork. It's a lose-lose, and economists know it. A smarter play? Strengthen the USMCA trade deal to keep competition fair without torching the market. This isn't just about Deere, it's about redefining work in an automated age. Nostalgia won't save jobs, but innovation might. Here's the raw truth. John Deere's move and Trump's fury are symptoms of a bigger shift. Globalization, tech, and politics are colliding, and rural America's caught in the crossfire. But there's hope. Farmers are resilient. They've weathered droughts, recessions, And now this. Workers like Tom can pivot with the right support. And companies, they'll chase profit. But they need America's trust. This story's not over. It's just starting. So, what's your take? Should Deere stay put? Or is their Mexico move a necessary evil? Can Trump's tariffs save jobs? Or will they backfire? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you found this video valuable, hit like and subscribe to join our community. To keep the insights rolling, watch the video on your screen now.